Hey guys, what's popping? What's good? How you're doing? You're back to my YouTube channel and I'm happy to have you here. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about my story time. Story time in Lagos. My first time in Lagos, the city of hustle and bustle. Okay, so here it is. The first I'm going to talk about on this story time is boat riders. Okay, boat riders in Lagos, I feel like they are more like chilled and calm. I know I've heard a lot of stories on Instablog, Pulse TV, Pulse Niger, whatever, and people are saying, oh, this one happened, the driver did that. But if you are in Enugu State, you will bear me witness that boat riders in Enugu State, all of them are so unprofessional and rude. Every one of them. This isn't about Lagos boat riders. They was like come in, they'll actually like just wait for you and all that to like do whatever it is you want to do and just come out. But the ones in Enugu, they'll be calling you, hope you're standing outside. I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to be wearing a really nice dress and heels and you want me to stand outside and wait for you? Or they'll say something like, can you come to the bus stop? No, I cannot come to the bus stop because, come on, that's why I ordered a ride. That is why it is both, so that you will come to my gate and I just need to step out and meet you guys. So first off, when I landed in Lagos, okay, my sister already gave me heads up that I'm going to be paying like up to 7,000 because I was going from the airport in Ikeja to Aja. That's like an hour ride, literally. That's the thing about Lagos, because when people say Lagos is so small, maybe, but it's so big, right? Because they developed everywhere in Lagos. When I was on that ride, I was like, what is this? What is this? I stayed on that ride for an hour before I got to Aja, and there was little or no traffic. Literally little or no traffic. I wasn't really like oh my god, because of I paid 7,100 naira for my ride. Okay, that money shook me, but I already prepared for it from home. Okay, so I wasn't even like afraid. But then that's the thing with Lagos, the expenses when it comes to boats is outrageous and it's crazy. But then when you're like going for an hour, because here in Enugu, like if you want a driver to like take it to somewhere like NSK, they're telling you like 10,000. So imagine that you're in boat that's taking you to NSK. It's like almost the same thing, because NSK is just like 45 minutes. If you're your personal car, I bet you reach in like 35, and then you're in one city and you're going from all the way from Ikeja to Aja. See, my friend came to Lagos 2 weeks later and she was going from Ikeja to Lekki and she paid 11,800 naira. I just say it is 12,000 because I don't even know what those boat riders did or what boat as a whole did. And then they said it pumped. I'm like, really? It pumped? They showed her 6.2 or 6 something, and when she got there it pumped. Like, what? And I'm like, was there traffic? And she was like, there's no traffic. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry for that. But that's the thing with the expenses. When it comes to the expenses part in Lagos, the ride is really outrageous. But if you decide to go with like bus, because when I was going to Surulere, I checked going to Surulere and it was like 6,000, and then I have to go and I'll come back and I'm like, what? It cannot be me. Never. I will not even spend 12k because I'm going to Surulere and back. And then I asked my sister's friend, Alpha, how can I go to Surulere without going, you get, with boats? And she was like, I should take bus from here, I'll stop here and enter here. And I'm like, do you know what? I have to do this, okay? I have to. So I decided to, enter bus and get myself down to Surulere. And I must tell you that it's actually very easy to enter bus in Lagos than to enter along, as they call it in Abuja, because it's actually very, 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 very easy. There's bus going to literally anywhere, and even if you're in Lekki phase 1 or anywhere in Lekki, there are some places where you actually can use bike to like move in and everything in like the commercial, let's say the commercial area, before you now start entering the like estate gates into an estate, if you understand what I mean. Like there's like this long road, then on the two sides of it you'll be seeing estate, or another road into another like street into other estates. So in these places you can actually, it's easier for you to just like enter bike and like get yourself around and all of that. But trust me, you won't even see that in ABJ. It's very difficult. So Lagos on that side is actually not so bad. Really, I would say it's not so bad. I know people are like, Lagos is expensive and the rest, but when it comes to you deciding that you actually want to stay in Lagos, you can decide to use bus for the while, especially when you know you're not making enough money. You now want to be using both. Why? The question is why? Except when you know, okay, you came in for the trips and not, because I came in Lagos just like for the first time and everything. So all the while I was like always on the island. The one time I went to Sulere, I had to go with bus and all that, but I was always on the island and I used boat and it wasn't so expensive. But compared to Enugu that you can use boat, just pay 1K from here to here. If you're going to a short distance, you'll be bringing out like 2.5 in Lagos. Hey, wow, that's why I was like, oh my god. You know what, half of my money went to transport in Lagos. I'm not even going to lie, half of it went to transport. And then back to the expenses in general as a whole, I feel like when people say Lagos is expensive, I get it, but it depends on you. Actually, you cannot be in Lagos where you can actually buy very affordable food that is really nice, and then you go to a very flashy restaurant and you expect not to pay much. Come on, if you're going to go to that kind of restaurant, like I have these videos, right? Oceans by Rivera, Cactus. If you're going to go to any of these restaurants, sis, bro, just get ready to spend your money, because you decided to leave every other affordable places than in Lagos. Because once I notice about Lagos, if you want to live a very normal, affordable life, not way beyond what you know you cannot afford, is there in Lagos. If you decide that you want to reach the big man's life, so flamboyant, Lagos is going to give you anything and everything you want. So you just need to decide what you actually want to do. That's just the thing. And then there's a time where I lost my way. I think I was in first stack with my friend Chinese. So, you know, we're just trying to like get around because we're going somewhere, and in the map it's like very easy to just get to that place. So we're like, okay, we can just walk there rather than getting boats that will collect what from us to get there. Hey, we'll ask people to say go here, take it. We'll turn. They'll say take this. I'm like, what is happening? Why can't I find my way? Only for me to just be walking. Next thing, a student. Oh my god, this boy is a student. All this may be SS2, SS3 student. Well, now touched my chin. I was like, hello baby, what's poppin'? Hey! I was mad. See, I wasn't even angry. I was shocked. This I was like, I was just looking. And he didn't even turn back to like just maybe take a look at who he just, hello baby, what's poppin'? I was like, hey. I said I cannot even forget this one, because two women that were passing along that road, they were looking at me and they were laughing because it was so funny. It was not expected, and the shock on my face, you would just know that this one, it shook my body. Like I was so surprised. I did not, in fact, I did not even put much mind to it. I just actually laughed it out with my friend, and then we kept on going until like we found where we wanted to go to. You know, before I entered Lagos, people are always like, better hold your phone well. This one, when you're in bus, you want to enter bus, don't enter this, yeah. So this one time that I did not want to bring out 12 eyes just like that. And the truth is that there's always traffic on the mainland, right? So you're not sure if you're not going to spend like 30k straight up because you're going from Sule to Aja. Is far. The distance is far. That is the truth. The distance is far. So I now said, so when I was now in the bus now, if you see the way I held my bag, I held everything, a girl that came and sat beside me, iPhone 12, she was pressing it comfortably on I said, whoa, isn't there? You're using 11, no? So if somebody is using 12, maybe you will not just press your phone. Rather than all the jagaba that you're doing. I quickly brought out my phone and I was pressing. So I found that, sometimes people just, no city is actually that. They can steal your phone in Enugu, in Ogbetemi market. Honestly, they can steal your phone anywhere in this country. Nowhere in Nigeria is safe. Do you understand me? Nowhere. And it's not like I was in Ojuelewa or maybe the ghetto area where you actually have to be extra careful. Because a friend of mine was like, gosh, you need to go to ghetto area and do a video. And I'm like, who? Amy? Ezine Ewo. I will not do that. Although I'm considering it though, but I know that there's fear in my body because that ghetto area, anything you see, you take. That's just so. And then when it comes to bike riders in Lagos, in fact, not even bike riders, like I feel like it's this delivery people. They are the worst. I've seen so many times that it's by the grace of God that there was no accident. Because the way they be hey, take it easy now. Even me in the boat, I'll be like, whoa. In fact, at some point, I'm like, do you know what? Isn't it just start watching movie? I'll just bring my phone and be watching movie because I cannot even be looking at what these people are doing. It is so unnecessary. Just calm down. You're still going to move. And then they'll be like, the next thing, you know how there's traffic and traffic is like moving. And then they'll, like, when there's no traffic, everybody will be like rushing and trying to get to the next point where you obviously know you're going to stop because traffic is going to still hit you. So that point, everybody's rushing. You now see these drivers will not be driving rubbish. Then trailers in Lagos, you need to fear them because they'll be struggling road with small cars. Like struggling road. Jesus Christ. Hey, there's this one I saw. The rider came and just passed the trailer. Next thing, the trailer started horning and sped up. I was like, why are you chasing this rider? What's wrong with this trailer people? Is it that someone cannot overtake you again? I don't understand. Is it that somebody cannot overtake you that they literally just gone mad? And I just told the rider that I was just, see, calm down, okay? I know that we're headed somewhere. But please, you see this car? Do not pass it. Besides, they were even speeding so much that I was even thinking it's not a small car that was riding the way they were riding, and yet they were like, it's so big and everything. And then traffic in Lagos, I feel like traffic in Lagos it can be bad, yeah, but I feel like it's actually moving. I've experienced traffic in Enugu that my whole blood was shaking because if traffic was happening in Enugu, it just bam, it closes. Nobody is moving. Like literally nobody is moving. I feel like riders in Lagos, they're like, it's moving. You get, then you stop for a while. You get, it's just that there's so many cars because Lagos road, funny enough, and to my, like, I was really surprised that their roads are actually not bad. Their major roads are actually not bad. One, then there's traffic lights and everything in Lagos, like, and there are people there watching in case you want to, pass, and then they hold you and all of that. So that it actually helps to like coordinate people. Okay, this traffic light is on the left side, on this side, in the middle, when you're entering into the street, or you're coming out of Lekki or Aja or anything, and you get, so there's traffic lights to like help coordinate it. Because I feel like if there was no traffic light in Lagos, with the amount of cars on the road and the amount of people that live there, it will be disastrous. In fact, people will be afraid of coming out of their houses, because they know before you get to one stop it's going to be a problem. And then I think many people have mentioned this: if you're going to live in Lagos, and you're living on the island, it's very advisable you shouldn't walk on the mainland. Really, 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 except if you're living in like VI, because I feel like VI is like the end of the island. So if you're walking on the mainland and you're living in VI, it's actually not bad at all. But you're living somewhere like Aja and you want to walk on the mainland, before you get to work you will go late. That's just the thing, except if you're going to wake up by 5:30. But then my sister lives on the island, Aja, and she works on the island, so it's easy for her to just go to work and come back. Same thing with her friends, and same thing with people that I know that I've met. They just find a way in their area. And like we already know, Lagos is like really, really like so developed, so there are offices everywhere. So you could find a job on the island, so rather than going all the way to the mainland. So even if you want to go all the way to the mainland, then you just have to like live on the mainland. The mainland is not bad at all. I went to Festac, I went to Ikeja, I went to Sulere, and they are all really, really very, 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 very okay. Because people are like, I'll stay only on the island. Really, come off it, please. The mainland is also very, very, very okay. So generally for me, being in Lagos are actually very, very chilled. I tell people that I really like Lagos, and I honestly would move to Lagos once I'm done with school. I know everybody's like one thing or the other in Lagos, but then there are still people moving to Lagos because it's like the city of hustle and bustle. Most of what you want, you can actually get it in Lagos. Being a YouTuber, content creator, watch act movie, business. If you want to get a job, like my sister's job in Lagos, she can even stay at home to get. And then also her friend, she goes to work just twice in a week. Then the rest of the time she's at home, and they are still paying her. They also have them Zoom meetings and the rest. So I feel like Lagos is actually a very, 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 very okay place. And then this one time where I know that Lagos were actually mad. In fact, most of the time that I'm actually like stepping out in Lagos, it's either there's somebody shouting on the road, or someone has parked their car and you know they're even causing voice traffic. Because there's one day I was moving, and then this is a man and a woman. So the lady was like, "Oh God, I'm telling you that you're the one that hits my car." The man was like, "I am telling you this." Next thing though, my boat rider was now slowing down. I said, "Oh, will you speed this car off? Is it on top of my money that you want to listen to the gist, or you want to know what is happening?" Because you see other people that have stopped their car and coming to come and find what's not finding them. Or these bike riders are not carrying anybody to stop. People will just be looking at everybody. So I'm like, "Oh God, please move this car, because it's not on my money that you're going to do this stuff." Even the one time that I went out to a lounge, but then obviously I could enter clubbing because we stayed till like 2, 3 and all of that. And then one guy just walked up to me and was like, he wants to like speak to me. I'm like, okay, and everything. So as he was now talking, next thing he now said that, "Can I go home with his friend?" You know what? I couldn't even get angry. I just started laughing. And him too, he started laughing. And I look at him like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, why should I? It was not like, oh, his friend doesn't really know Lagos. I'm like, how is that supposed to be my problem? And he even said, "Can I follow his friend to the mainland?" I'm like, those people are mad. Because I don't even think anybody in Enugu will just walk up to you and just say something like that. I know people will be like, yeah, go straight to the point. If you want to have sex with me, just say it. If you want to just say it. But it's really, really disrespectful most times, honestly. I'm not even going to lie. That I don't find it funny at all. But that time I just really laughed it out, because I don't even know what I expected him to say. But then I was not expecting that at all. Just like that, someone just walked to me like, "Can you follow me to my house?" Or what? Like, is that how did I dress like or look like someone that does runs or any of that shit? But anyways, either way, this is like the end of the story time. Being in Lagos, I went to a lot of really, really nice places. I went to the beach. Check the description box. There's a link there to the beach video. I went out with 3 of my friends and it was absolutely fun. I went to like 3 restaurants. You're going to love it. I went to Fela Shrine. Not what I was expecting at all, but then I got more relaxed and then still shot my video and everything. So check all these things out. You're definitely going to find all of them really, really, really nice. So see you in another video. Bye. Dogs.